The Senate has voted to advance the bipartisan infrastructure bill and bring debate on the substitute amendment to an end. I'd repeat that Democrats are ready and willing to vote on additional amendments to the bill before moving to final passage. Once again, that will require the cooperation of our Republican colleagues. I hope they will cooperate so we can move more quickly. Otherwise, we'll proceed by the book and finish the bill. I said yesterday we could do this the easy way or the hard way. Yesterday, it appeared that some Republicans would like the Senate to do this the hard way. In any case, we'll keep proceeding until we get this bill done. Now, on another related matter, as the Senate approaches final passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill, I want to shine a spotlight on a part of the legislative process that doesn't see the light often enough: the office of the Senate Legislative Counsel. There's an old political yarn that the legislative process is like watching sausage get made. You'd rather not know. Well, the Office of Legislative Counsel occupies a particularly difficult part of the sausage making, turning senators' broad outlines for legislation into specific and precise legislative language. It's a very hard job. For over a century, this group of hidden experts have had a hand in crafting every major piece of legislation introduced in this chamber. A century ago, many scoffed at the notion of having a team of professionals help the Senate write legislation. It was actually a New Yorker, I'm proud to say, Elihu Root, who originally suggested in 1912 that maybe this body could use a little help in constructing well-written laws. It took a few years after he made his plea, but the complexity of tax legislation to raising revenue during World War I led to the creation of the original drafting service. During its first 4 years, the, quote, legislative drafting service handled 518 requests. By the 114th Congress, however, they were receiving more than 65,000. It's an amazing workload, unglamorous, but vital and essential. Over the past few weeks, as we have worked on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the members of the Legislative Council have sacrificed weekends, family gatherings, and many, many hours of sleep to allow the Senate to do its work. I've seen it. We've called them up at 11 p.m. and said, you're needed to get this ready by the morning, and they don't flinch. They just roll up their sleeves and work in their professional way. So we've always asked a lot of the Legislative Council, but they stepped up and did their job with excellence. There are a lot of members of the team who deserve recognition, beginning with the team's laudable and impressive leader on this bill, Deanna Edwards. I also want to thank Diane Nesmeyer and her team of assistants, who have all contributed very long hours, and let me mention them. They each deserve their own acknowledgement. Heather Burnham, Mark Mazzone, Christina Kennelly, Chris Patterson, Patrick Ryan, Carson Katz, Heather Lowell, Matt McGee, John Getchus, Ruth Ernst, Mark McGonigal, Allison Otto, Vince Gianni, Phil Lynch, John Henderson, James Allen Smith, Kim Albrecht-Taylor, Christine Miranda, Rob Silver, Evan Frank, and Molly Dunlop. To every single person I mentioned, thank you, thank you, thank you for your incredible and indispensable work. Your skill and dedication makes it possible for this chamber to serve the American public. I yield the floor.